the first card that flew out here, we have here the Two of Cups, and this is probably the most beautiful card in the deck. This is a situation that denotes like companionship, okay? Two people who not only love each other, but they get along really well. They like each other. They don't get mad at each other for a long time. There's mutual understanding and reciprocity, okay? So this is a card where it's like the most exalted love, where it's not just about passion and chemistry and infatuation and physical attraction. This is like loving somebody for who they are, and vice versa. They love you for who you are. They love your soul, not just what you have to give them, not just what you look like. They see something real and magical and tangible inside of you. And so I feel like this is a really strong union. And then we also have the Chariot, which is acceleration, speed, achievement. And so what I literally see in both of these cards as, this is the first card that flew out of the deck. I feel like there's a major acceleration here when it comes to either some of you are taking a relationship to the next level. Some of you might have, the Chariot is about discipline and determination. It's about moving forward despite all the obstacles laid out in our way. So I feel like you and a significant other have overcome so much in your respective lives and also in your relationship in order to stay together, in order to be together, in order to progress in this relationship. And I feel like, one partner might have given up and then the other one was either carrying the weight of the relationship. And then there might have been times when that partner was like going through, their emotional slumps and their difficulties in life, and you stepped up. Okay, so I feel like it's a relationship where it's very reciprocal. When one partner is down, the other partner steps up. Okay, and let me just say, Aries, as the first sign of the zodiac, as the first, and your astrological sign, it rules the head. Okay, it's the first sign of the zodiac. It rules the head, and it is all about the self, who I am, what mark I want to make in the world, what defines me, how do I want to project myself out into the world. And so your sign is very, very self-focused. Having enough financially, having enough materially, having, being able to take care of yourself. You're very much about self-sufficiency, self-control. And I also, not so much self-control, though that phrasing is wrong. I want to say self-sufficiency, having enough for yourself, being able to take care of yourself. I feel like you pride yourself on those things. And then I feel like you have a very strong sense of individuality and independence. And also, I would say a lack of patience as well, a lack of it. And so it might be very difficult for you to be in a relationship, especially a harmonious relationship and especially a long-term relationship. So I feel for many of you, when we love somebody, we always think about, till death do us part, right? Like we do everything within our power to keep the other person, to make them happy, to move the relationship along. And so I feel like you have had to overcome a lot of, I guess like self hang-ups in order to achieve a successful relationship with another person. Okay. Having to, on days when you're just like, I want to just stay at home and watch these movies, or I just want to go out with my girlfriends or my guy friends and just have like a girls' night or a guys' night. But I feel like you've had to learn to compromise. You've had to learn a lot about relationships to get yourself to this point where, it's all about compromise. It's all about like doing the things that we don't want to do because our partner needs us. Okay. Saying the things that we're hesitant about saying because our partner needs it. Okay. Controlling the self, in order to achieve peace and harmony also in a relationship. I feel like Aries people are quite observant, okay? And I feel like there are a lot of things that you see, and other people see these things too. So you're not the only ones that see these things, but you're, out of all the signs, you're the most likely to say it out loud. Okay, so if you see somebody acting up, I feel like, out of all the signs, you're the most likely person or candidate or sign to kind of like point out the obvious, or, um, talk about the elephant in the room when everyone else is like avoiding it or skirting the issue. So I feel that you're very bold and you're very brave with the things that you do and the things that you say. But a lot of the times, when we're dealing with another person, it's all about learning to blend well with another person. It doesn't mean, losing out on your individuality, but it's all about how we can phrase things delicately, how we can be a little bit more sensitive and understanding when it comes to another person, and how we can be, how we can try our best even to maintain harmony in in our relationships. And so I feel like there has been some major growth spurt happening for you as it relates to your relationship sector, how to be a better partner, how to be more understanding, how to be more emotionally available, and especially how to accommodate another person. Because with this card, once again, it's not the passion and the chemistry and the infatuation and the sexual or physical attraction that moves the relationship along. This card is a lot more than that. It's about harmony. It's about seeing eye to eye. It's about having commonalities, okay? We don't always have to agree with another person 100%, but we also need to be conscientious about, what battles are worth fighting for, okay? What's better left alone? In the greater scheme of things, does this small petty argument um, affect the relationship as a whole? Or are we best, kind of like laying it to rest? So I feel like there has been some major compromises between you and another person, because I feel like there has been many struggles in this relationship, many struggles, many difficulties. And if we look at this rhino, rhinos have like armor for skin, right? They have thick skin. I feel like you're dealing with a partner too that has very thick skin. They don't take things personally. Okay, they're probably not a water sign, so not a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Because with this thick armor, I feel like it's a sign that looks at things a little bit more objectively. And I feel like your words, sometimes they can cut a little bit for somebody with like thin skin, for someone who's very emotional or very sensitive. I feel like, a lot of the times the things that you say might be hurtful to them, but I feel like you're dealing with a partner here. Thank God. They have thick skin. They've lived a lot. They've lived a lot. They've collected a lot of scars and, life experience along the way. And then I also feel like your partner might be at a stage in their life where they're at the peak of their career. This is somebody who's a major player in their field. They know a lot of things. They're possibly considered an expert. And then I'm also sensing this is somebody, once again, it's a relationship where with two people, there's reciprocity. When one partner is down, the other partner steps up. And it's done in a way where it's like very instinctive, without even asking. So I feel like for you, um, it's easier for you to play the role of the caretaker. If your partner is down, no doubt you're going to be in there and you're going to take care of things. You're going to run the household. You're going to, take care of your partner. But if the shoe were on the other foot, Aries, it's really hard for you to be taken care of. You don't like it. You like to be independent. You like to come and go as you please. You don't want to answer to anybody. And then I also feel like you're very self-sufficient and you don't want to take that. I guess in your mind, it might feel like that submissive role. Okay, so there's something here where I feel like the ego is disallowing you to allow the other person to take care of you. It's disallowing you to accept reciprocity from another person. And I feel like this is a really good person. I feel like this is somebody who really understands you. They understand that you have a lot of pride that you would never ask. They also understand as well that you need certain things. And I want to say, like, I feel for some of you, they're saying like luxury things to be happy. Okay. And I'm seeing that with this Empress card. And the Empress card is about beauty. It's about like the external things, right? Beauty, comfort, a certain level of like living life comfortably, you know, having disposable income, being able to get your nails done, being able to get your hair done, being able to, you know, have like date nights where you go to a place that's a little bit more expensive to be able to really enjoy the night. And I feel like for some of you, you've worked really hard to achieve this. And so something might have happened that might have set you back a little bit when it comes to your financial goals. Something might have set you off unexpectedly when it comes to your savings. So whatever the situation is, I feel like there might have been a little bit of a financial loss or a financial dip. And at this point, the partner is wanting to step up for you. But I feel like it's hard for you to, you know, accept whatever the partner is offering. Okay. So I do see a little bit of like discomfort I feel from your end, but I can assure you that if the shoe were on the other foot, you would willingly step in and help your partner. So now, if there has been, you know, something like going on in your life that might have set you back financially, or you might have had concerns, or you might be worried, let the partner help you, okay? Let things be reciprocal. We always think of reciprocal in terms of the positive, right? Like, I give you this for your birthday, you give me something for my birthday, okay? I pay for the movies, you pay for the dinner. I Uber us there, you Uber us back. So we always think of it as like an equal exchange, but we never think of it in terms of lack, okay? Like when one partner is down, the other partner steps up. And then when you're down, allow your partner to take care of you, okay? I feel like it's really hard for you to do. And I also feel like in the past, you have always played the role of the caretaker. Okay. You're very solutions oriented. If somebody's down, if someone's sick, you come in with the medicine. If somebody is, you know, having financial difficulties, you come in with a financial offer. You come in with financial assistance. So it's like you've always lived your life with an open hand. A lot of people might say, okay, like that Aries, they're not very thoughtful, or they're a little bit self-absorbed. But I feel like for Aries people, if the Aries person is aware, oh, this person needs this, they will like go out of their way to make sure that the person get what they need. And so I feel like Aries, once you are made aware that somebody needs something, you really go out of your way. And especially if it's somebody that you love, okay? Like family members, even if, it's like, even if it's a love-hate relationship with family members, I feel like you're still willingly ready to help, okay? Once that need once you are aware of that need, you will go out of your way. But I guess like it might be a little bit harder for Aries people to gauge what is needed, what is necessary, what does the other person really need. It's a little bit harder. It's a little bit more nuanced, and it's a little bit harder for Aries people to, you know, to understand what the other person needs. But once that need is there, or is out in the open, you're very willing and ready to fulfill that need. And so whatever you need right now, allow the other partner to step up for you and allow that partner to really take care of you. I feel like there is definitely reciprocity here. And I feel like you're being taken care of. You're being waited on hand and foot. You're being, I'm almost feeling like this cradle. Okay, somebody's really, it's like you're the apple of their eye. They're cradling you, and they treasure you. It's a very delicate situation, and I feel like they treasure you. And so allow this to come in, just like just allow it and just sit back, because you're in good hands, all right? So when I saw the cherry branch, like the cherry blossom branch, and it's barren and it doesn't have anything on it, and then all of a sudden the little leaves and the little blossoms start to sprout. I believe the blossoms come out and then they wilt and they die off and they drop off, and then the leaves start to come out, and then the tree starts to fruit. Okay, and so it's the blossoms, and what it's really saying here is the springtime. Okay, the birds and the bees, the attraction. So I feel like this is a month where, for many of you, especially if you're in a relationship, I'm sorry, especially if you're single, you might be looking around you. And I feel for many of you who are single, you're waiting for it's like a situation where you know your worth, and you know what you're not willing to settle for. You know what you don't want, especially in relationship partners or even like people that you might be casually dating. You're very picky at this point, and there's nothing wrong with that. What I see is I'm seeing somebody here. They're looking around, and all around them, everybody's coupling up. Okay, best friend is getting married 2 months from now and sending their wedding invite. Like a sister is getting married and about to move in. Another friend is like moving in with their significant other. Another couple is like celebrating their 10th year anniversary. I feel like you're in the midst of all of these relationship celebrations. And I don't feel like you're looking on with envy. I feel like you're looking on very happy for these couples and the milestones that they've reached in their lives. And you're thinking, oh, I can't wait when it's my turn. So there's like a lot of hope here, and a lot of just like, I don't want to say like it's sitting, I don't feel like you're sitting around, because who has time for that? I don't feel like you're sitting around daydreaming of the one. But I feel like you are setting your standards very high, and you want somebody phenomenal and amazing in order to match your standards and match what you have to give, and to be able to match you where you're at. So many of you, once again, this Empress energy, are kind of like at a peak of your career. Okay, your income is flowing. You are also in a position where you're working possibly with the sun in the public eye. You have a lot of charisma. You are highly regarded. You're seen as a powerful figure in your work, in your career, in your public image is just on the forefront. It's almost like somebody who's actually quite famous, and your reputation, precedes you. Like people could say your name, and then everyone knows who you are. So for some of you, you might be very famous, quite famous. For others, I feel like there's a lot of buzz around you. There's a lot of attention on you.